The Wild Robot is the newest animated film now out, so let's talk about it. So, The Wild Robot, the newest animated film, is now out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out right now. And look, the trailers, they looked very, very good. I'm not going to lie. This piqued my interest straight away. I was like, yo, look at that trailer. Look how freaking amazing it looks. You know, you had this robot left in the wild. What's going to happen with that? So I went in, sat down and watched the film. And as the credits were rolling, I simply just went, wow. I really did. I just went, wow. Because this movie is incredible. Like, look, I didn't even know this was based on books. And if the books are anywhere near as good as this movie is, then oh my word. Because this movie had so much heart. This movie moved you in a different way that you would expect. It tackles themes that resonates with parents, with kids, with basically anyone and everyone. And it floored me. It really did. When I was watching this movie, as I'm going through the character arcs, the story and that, I'm just getting hit with emotional beat after emotional beat, you know, just getting invested in the story. And it's just so moving, this movie. Now, the animation. Let's just start with the animation. This is a gorgeous looking film. I saw it on IMAX, and the colors, the way that the different style of art that they used for this animation, I thought worked really, really well. And it just was so vibrant, so beautiful to watch on the big screen. And nothing looked out of place. All of the animation looked like it was supposed to be there. It moved as one unit. There was no, lag or anything like that where you're like, oh, that's a bit wonky there. That doesn't quite work. No, everything flowed. And it just made for this beautiful, beautiful artwork on the screen that you're just glued to as you're watching constantly. You don't want to take your eyes off. And then the uses of the colors with different things I thought was unique. Now, there is a scene in here, you see it in the trailer, with the fire, that you decided to go more of a pink rather than a red. And I thought that was a good choice because it just highlighted a little bit more. It gave it a little bit more vibrant feel to it. And it stuck out a lot more than if it went red. It could have gone like really dull because there's a lot of browns and stuff like that when you're mixing it in with, the forest and that. So I thought the choices that they made was fantastic. The designs were fantastic as well. The robot is fantastic designed, and I love how they incorporated the white with the colors, with the blue, the greens, and the reds throughout it. I thought that worked really, really well. Now, the story is so compelling. The story is about a lost robot who has one programming directive, and that's to help whoever ordered it. Now, obviously, it's lost on, in the forest, and that's lost there. So it's trying to find who ordered it, and it's trying to get tasked because that's what it's designed to do. But the journey that this robot goes on, it can resonate with parents so much because of what happens and the dynamic between the little goose and the robot and how they come together and the building blocks of that chemistry and those characters to get to that endpoint showcases beautiful story of love, of knowing when to let go, and also knowing when to forgive and to be kind. And that's really the core message of this film. And then you have the fox in here as well, Think, who you meet at the start, and he has his own character arc where he's a fox, he's a predator. And what I love about it is they have them in their predators and stuff like that. They don't shy away from that. There is some killing in here, and I just did not expect that. Obviously, they don't show you the blood and stuff like that, but they show you nature, how nature works. The circle of life, as Mufasa says, they show you that. They showcase you why it's so integral for each part of the ecosystem, why each part is required and how it all works. But then you have this fox Thing who is hated by everyone because he's a fox, foxes. No one likes a fox because, they're sneaky, lying, little sons of you-know-what. They go in and eat your chickens and stuff like that. But they showcase you that this character Think is just earning for this one thing in his whole entire life. All he wants is to find this one thing. And he goes on this journey to find that as well. And, it's summed up beautifully in the end with Think and how his character is. And I loved all that. That to me worked so well. And then, you throw in the little goose and how he goes through, finding out what's happened in his life to get to where he is. Why is he like this? And then coming to the realization. Because, look, we've all done this as teenagers and that. We take our parents for granted. And then we get to that age where we realize everything they sacrificed and gave up for us to get to us in the position where we can succeed in life. And then this is what this movie takes. It takes this moment of this kid, this little goose growing up, and then getting to that point of realization of like, wow, I took all this for granted and I didn't even realize, I didn't even take into consideration their feelings or anything like that. I didn't take any of that. And that's what this movie comes across really, really well in its messaging is that. And, it's just fantastic how they were able to put that onto the screen and just hit you in the heart constantly and constantly and constantly. I was sitting there holding back the waterworks, man, because there are so many emotional moments where you're feeling for this robot. And look, there is like no humans in this movie. I mean, there's a few, but they don't have any, like, you don't see them in the movie. It's all about the robot and the animals. And they were able to convey this robot transitioning from just a machine to a being that can think and live on its own and understands things and becomes this robot that is out there trying to create peace, trying to, convey kindness and love in order to bring everyone together. And I thought that was fantastic. I really think this movie was great. And the voice acting was fantastic. I thought that was all great. The dialogue and the writing, fantastic. And like I said, the books are even half as good as this movie is, then hold my word. I mean, I haven't read the book, so I have no idea. I would be interested if people who have read the books, what do you think about the movie compared to the books? The books probably I don't know if they're like children's books or, they're like thicker books or whatnot, but they might have a bit more material in there, might not. They might have expanded upon here or not. But I just love this movie. This movie was really, really incredibly good. And I think people should go out and watch this movie. I really do think you should go out there. So you're going to get something out of this movie. You are going to get it. You're going to feel so many things going into this movie and then walking out. It's just one of those movies that you have to see. See it on the biggest screen possible. It's really, really good. DreamWorks have cooked here. They really have. So let me know what you guys think of The Wild Robot. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.